Jake Paul knocked out the legendary NBA player Nate Robinson with ease. He's now calling out Conor McGregor, and I believe that Jake Paul will beat Conor McGregor. And even motivated, Conor McGregor cannot beat Jake Paul. Yes, I'm going there today. So after Jake Paul knocked out Nate Robinson, it was a beautiful performance by him. He called out Dillon Danis so he could fight against Conor McGregor, and he believes that that fight will happen. I also believe that that fight will happen because yesterday it was announced that Floyd Money Mayweather will be fighting against Logan Paul. So if that fight can happen, Conor McGregor versus Jake Paul will also happen. But the question is that how Jake Paul is going to get that fight. His idea was that if he fights against Dillon Danis and wins, which I believe that he will beat Dillon Danis, he would get fight against Conor McGregor. I think that's a good idea, but you have to get that as a contract. Conor McGregor has to write a contract that says if Jake Paul beats Dillon Danis, he will fight against Jake Paul. Fighting Dillon Danis is a waste of time. Dillon Danis is not a famous guy, he doesn't have fans, he doesn't have supporters, he cannot even sell one ticket by himself, he's a fucking internet troll. It's the same thing if Jake Paul got out some guy who has meme page. Like who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck about Dillon Danis. If Conor McGregor doesn't write that contract, there's no reason to fight against Dillon Danis. Go fight against KSI and make boatload of money. Even Eddie Hearn said that Jake Paul against Conor McGregor is a lot more competitive than Conor against Floyd. And I 100% agree. It will be a competitive fight and I believe that Jake Paul will beat him. Let me tell you guys, when Floyd was at his peak, when he was dominating the boxing space, all these MMA fans trashed him. We have Joe Rogan who said that Ronda Rousey would beat Floyd Mayweather. We literally have this great boxer, a greatest of all time in our generation, Floyd Mayweather. Instead of celebrating this guy, we trashed him. Not me, but these MMA fans have trashed him. We have Brendan Sharp who said that Conor McGregor will beat Floyd in boxing. The disrespect Floyd was getting. But now that Jake Paul, who's fighting against Conor McGregor, who has only one professional boxing fight against Floyd, who got dominated, people are saying like, Jake Paul has no chance. Get the fuck out of here. Jake Paul will beat Conor McGregor. 100%. I'm on Jake Paul's hype train. He will beat anybody. Anywhere, anytime. Jake Paul till I die. When Jake Paul beat Nate Robinson, lot of famous people, boxers, fighters have been calling out Jake Paul. And one of them is old ass Ben Askren, who got dominated in UFC. He has the worst career in UFC compared to any other fighter. There's a big debate going on. Which UFC fighters were the worst boxers? Ben Askren or Ronda Rousey? I would say that Ronda Rousey was better. So that makes Ben Askren the worst boxer in UFC history. Like, that guy is fucking horrible. He has no power, his stand-up game is disgusting. And his wrestling is not good anymore. He's like an old man, he's aging horribly. And he knows that. The only reason he wants to fight against Jake Paul is to get knocked out in first round and get a big hefty paycheck. And if Jake Paul fights against Ben Askren and knocks him out in first round, everybody would say like, why did you beat this old man? That old man had no business in a ring. I don't know about you guys, but I personally don't wanna see an old man getting knocked the fuck out. Anyway guys, what you guys think about this, let me know down in the comment section. Click the subscribe button if you haven't. Like this video if you like. We have a great fight card this week. I hope that there will be no cancellation. I think there will be, but let's hope for the best. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.